Guys, represent 512, my boys Mirage and man fucking Arson Optics in the house.
Yep.
Represent for your1spot.com. Check them out. Peace. Give me an hour. You can see subtract.
Your1spot.com.
Mike came on, yeah.
Here with the legendary t-shirt designer, you know what I'm saying, Chris Martin, the man behind Mad Gods, and a lot of other probably stealth shit that y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I have a rapport, you know what I'm saying, I've been knowing Chris since like the 90s, you know what I'm saying, and really since the 80s, but I didn't know I knew him, you know what I'm saying? So run down the whole story of Mad Gods and just, you know, put yourself out there and let people know what it is.
Mad Gods has always been a effort to bring creators together. That's sort of what the name's about, Mad Gods, many creators. So over time there's been a lot of collaborations and working with a lot of different artists, and you know, the imagery we use flips, you know, pretty every few years based on just kind of, I don't know, I guess just the mood of everything and who we're working with and, you know, things like that. So, you know, definitely a local label, but we've been worldwide for over a decade.
Tell them some of the people that you actually ship your pieces to.
Well, traditionally we do very well in the Japanese. We tend to top off around large, extra large.
Yeah.
But you know, I've had some great accounts in America. True was one of our first accounts ever out on the Bay Area. They've been around since the 90s, man. That's one of the few stores that really survived. Of course, we had Yellow Rat Bastard for a while. I got some nice chains in love in Canada since we've been on par with the Canadian dollar. We got nice business going on there. And then of course locally over time, you know, I guess more as of recently, Fast Folks, Nice Kicks. We've had some special collaborations with Complete. And then of course our pop-up shop, the garage sale here at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Inside the art department. This is our friend and old compatriot in the hip hop game, Scoop Dogg from Hip Hop Mecca. Yep, for sure. And yeah, man.
So, you know, I know a lot of this stuff, so I'm trying to, you know, but like, I know you've been on tour with some artists, you know what I'm saying, like kind of like came to town and they was like, man, these guys are really getting it in and doing it. And, you know, like I know you've been on tour with a lot of like, you know, upper echelon underground acts, so run down some of the people that you've traveled with.
Well, actually I just came from an LP show down the street, and so I gotta definitely say Def Jux is like one of the major cats we ever worked with. A$AP Rock, Company Flow. Pretty much everybody on that label. Scooter's the one who's been on the road the most. I caught a handful. Back in the day with Dave Mecca, of course, it was Organized Confusion. That was a pretty fun memory. I've done out with some indie kind of stuff. Who was that? Black Moss Super Rainbow. That was fun. Octopus Project. That was fun. A$AP Rock was definitely showing me the most love. I've gone on.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, 3 or 4
Didn't
tours.
you travel with Living Legends?
No, I've done a lot of things like we were in the same city, but I never actually toured them. Actually, that was Doug and Scooter. Those are the guys that mainly stayed on the road back in those days.
Okay.
I kind of caught on a few almost sort of tailor-made tours that really worked well for what I was trying to do, which was up their merch game and up my own presence, like taking it out and putting it in the street. So it was a nice collaboration of.
Do you have you been able to sustain for this long? Because I mean, I know I got my first shirt from you. Had to be '97, man. Like maybe '96. You know.
Yeah.
It's been a few years. So have you been able to sustain as an independent T-shirt maker? Because there's so many people that make T-shirts, and I know that there's like great competition. Some people just put out once, but have you been able to sustain? Is it your creativity? Is it changing with the trends? Is it knowing the business? What is it?
Well, I mean, it's got to be a little bit of all that. If I could get really good at one of those, I'd probably have like a lot more success. But I mean, I'm just willing to keep on doing it. It's been a space in my life where it's just always there. So I mean, I can put it down for a little while, which I did for a couple years, where it almost became a hobby, and then, you know, as things in my life, basically what really happened was it's about the artists that I'm surrounded with and the access I have to them, and looking at them and saying this is something we can do together and make it all make sense. And over time, you just try and put business deals together, and I really kind of spread my bets across a lot of things. You know, different ventures, different avenues, different artists.
So you don't draw all the shirts? Because I've been under the assumption that all these years, or do you have some type of creative input on it?
Oh no. It's I make T-shirts. Fundamentally, I make T-shirts, and so sometimes they are solely my designs. Sometimes simply because it's something I wanted to put on a shirt. I didn't know if I was going to make any money off of it, but I figured I wanted to see it on a shirt. And other times I'm looking at something, I'm looking at a person's body of work and saying, this is something that needs to be out there. I can help you do that, and we collaborate. And I put out. It's almost like I'm a record producer or something like that. I drop a couple, you know, hopeful gems every once in a while, but I have a roster of people who I try and I curate. The brand is a curated body of work.
Right, because you want to keep a continuity or a style, or do you?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely
switch styles.
We switch styles, but there's always underlying values that's going to be represented. Yeah, definitely. I mean, a sense of humor, a little bit of darkness. You know, we might lowball every once in a while, but we try and keep our shit smart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. Great design, stupid concepts. People love it. Whatever. I'm not mad at it, but I have a standard for what we do that, you know, I think applies across the board amongst whatever artists we work with, no matter how big or small the project. There's definitely some elements that remain true and consistent.
Have you made any specific garments for any particular artist? You know, like have you partnered with, say, you know, a rapper and made a particular shirt?
Yeah, I mean, well, let me think. Well, we definitely did a cool collaboration with the Wu-Tang brand and Montana Paints with a creative outfit called 500mg. Basically out of New York and Spain, and they hooked us up. We did a limited run of 150 shirts where we flipped it comes with a can of spray paint from Montana that's Wu-Tang color. I can't remember the color exactly.
Yellow,
right now.
Isn't it some type of?
Yeah, it's like a yellow orange. I could think of the Pantone number if I wasn't in the frame of mind I'm in. But anyway, yeah. But you know, that was a cool one for us. I've definitely done a lot of stuff with some DJ outfits around town. I've done a TMC in Pella Grossa.
That's Table Manners Crew.
Table Manners Crew, holding down plush forever. Pella Grossa, up and comer, tropical bass, massive, ill shit. So, yeah, that was a fun project. We actually did the T-shirt all together. Dub Academy. Man, I'm trying to think. There's definitely some.
Yeah, so I mean, like the whole thing I'm getting at is that this man has been consistent with good work, and he's been. You know, he's sustained over a long time because a lot of us that started back then like fell off. And Chris has been one that's been able to not only sustain but actually grow. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when, you know, like he just had a few shirts, he just had 3 or 4 shirts. Now you got a whole shop. You know what I'm saying? I was also one of his first models. Plug.
This is true.
Plug. So last but not least, tell them where they can find you online. Tell them your website, your blog.
Definitely www.madgods.com. 7-letter URL, that's how old we are. And that's how long we've been around. Get at me on Twitter at MadGods. Like me on Facebook, like what we do on Facebook. The whole crew is all connected. The Twitter game. I guess Facebook, you just look up MadGods, we'll come up somehow. If you Google us, we'll come up.
And don't you have a blog, or is that your site?
If you go to the site, you get the blog, you get the shop, you get the photography that we do.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Photography and the video.
Right? Yeah, MadGods.com. Yeah, the photography, that's been a whole new fun thing in the game. Yeah. You got me thinking about old shit that we did. We did like 4080 magazine. I actually did some stuff with like, I mean, back when we got started, I think we did like a Pac shirt, like just before.
Really?
Yeah, dude, we did some, because we were in Oakland at that time, and we did some runs with people that, man, I can't even.
How long were you in Oakland?
I was in the Bay Area like 4 or 5 years, like right after high school. Passed out,
that's right.
And I was out there, and that's where I actually got started for the first 1.5 years, 2 years.
Okay.
And then came back to town.
All right.
But yeah, learned a lot of game out there. That was, man, yeah.
We were just talking to Mr. Fab and Mitchell Slick around the way.
Yeah. Okay. Man, Messy Mars. Man, we did some shit back in the day. Man.
Word. So you were deep in the Bay too.
Yeah.
I was thinking
this
was just out of Austin because I remember when you first came back to Austin.
Part of coming back to Austin was somebody I was talking probably to DJ Knick-Knack, who put me on to Alex and Bobby and them over at Aztec.
Okay.
And I made the call, can you guys do printing for me, and got that report going before I even made the move back. because when we started, it was actually a super crash course, and I didn't know how to make a T-shirt, dude. We were sitting around in an apartment building looking at black books, and somebody was like, "Yo, you gotta make this a T-shirt." I always wanted to make T-shirts, and then I walked into a shop, looked at what happened, figured, damn, I can't afford to do that. So we got into some straight Bay Area hustling shit. We put some deals together. We got access to a we got access to a shop that was between this record studio and this is some funny shit actually. A record studio and this family that owned like an 8-color like they did flyers and all that kind of shit. They did 8x10. So and there were some homies that came in and they like kind of brought the rap game, the Bay Area rap game, all that indie scene, even like the freestyle that was happening in the South Bay, bringing all that talent in and getting stuff done. And some dude got pistol whipped because he owed some money, and they kept all his. You want to hear this? This is funny shit. I'm telling you. They kept all his screen printing equipment. I was like, well, I got a little bit of cash, and the guy who knows how to screen print. How about we work something out? We'll print up some shit for all your clients that you got coming here getting flyers and recording stuff, and we'll print some shirts for them. I mean, I didn't know how to make a shirt, dog. I was freaked out when I was like, you do it one color at a time? Damn.
Right. You gotta make another screen for that?
Yeah. So we got access to this shop and we ran it for a while and
guerrilla tactics, you know
it was
what
pretty
I'm saying?
guerrilla. That was man.
Making it happen by all means, you know what I'm saying?
That was definitely what it was about back then. That was some survival shit back then.
So there you have it. You know
I got tired of temping for Wells Fargo. Corporate world.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Ingenuity, the need to see something out there, you know what I'm saying? Artistic freedom, you know what I'm saying? That's what Mad Gods is about. Once again, log on to madgods.com. That's MADGODS.com. Chris Martin, South by Southwest 2012, YoOneSpot.com.